What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Unlearn to Learn. I'm your host, Eric Acevedo, and this is about journeying through the Bible, through the mysteries and the weird things that the Bible talks about. I hope you're ready. Let's go. All right. So, today's episode, we're going to be talking about something found in Genesis. Genesis chapter 6 has a really interesting passage of scripture that goes about maybe until the what the fourth verse. It says this: when man began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were fair and took wives as they chose. The Lord said, my spirit will not always strive with man, for he is flesh, yet his days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Now, after that, it starts talking about the wickedness of the earth, and it begins to talk about how God regretted making man and was making the plans to flood the earth. Now, I know that a lot of people wonder, why is that in the Bible? What is that all about? What's happening here? And I want to talk to you a little bit about something that might be a little bit out of the norm for you to understand when it comes to Bible teaching. But I want to talk about the phrase here, sons of God. Notice that it says sons of God and daughters of men. So that means that there is something different about these sons of God. They are not they are not sons of man, they are sons of God, which means that they are of another race or another type of being. Many people are familiar with the book of Enoch, and the book of Enoch calls them the Watchers. The Bible doesn't go fully into detail about the Watchers because, watch this, during the time of the Bible being written, it was normal for them to understand about the Watchers or watch this, the sons of God. And so, why did the earth have to be flooded during Noah's time? Well, the earth had to be flooded because of the Nephilim. Now, Nephilim is a word or a Hebrew word that means giants. That's right, y'all. There were giants in the land. Just like when David faced Goliath, during the time of Noah, these watchers or these sons of God left the extraterrestrial plane or the plane of the heavenlies because they saw the women and they lusted after these women, and they came and took them as wives. Now, the Bible doesn't tell us what happens, but the book of Enoch does. The book of Enoch says that these watchers or these sons of God came down, and in exchange for the wives or the daughters of man, they gave them technology. They gave them the secret arts of the stars. They gave them the understanding of war and how to create weapons and all these other things. Right now, I know a lot of people will tell you don't read the book of Enoch, it's evil. The book of Enoch is not evil, but it was not put in our Bible for whatever reason. I'm not here to argue about that. I'm not even here to talk about that. What we have is what we have, but we do have the ability to find out what all this other stuff is about. And so when I talk about Nephilim, I'm talking about a being or a creation that is both angelic and human at the same time. It was a hybrid, unsanctioned being on the earth. And God was not having it. He did not create them, nor did he give permission for them to be created. He told man in Genesis to be fruitful and multiply, but not to do it with angels or extraterrestrial beings. And so these beings, these sons of God, these rebellious watchers come and take women and they start populating the earth with unsanctioned beings called Nephilims. And they are what we get when we hear stories about Zeus and we hear stories about Hercules and we hear stories about these Greek mythologies. These things are actually taken directly from the Noah narrative, and what God was trying to do was wipe the earth with them. They didn't need to be here. They were unsanctioned. And so when we read that four passages of scripture, we're like, man, why does it stop? Well, there's so much more to it. And so I just wanted to give you that little bit of perspective that Nephilim are giants in the earth that were hybrid between angelic extraterrestrial beings and the sons, or excuse me, and the daughters of man. Lust was involved, there was rebellion, all kinds of things. And in these next few episodes, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to miss it. We're going to get really deep in why the flood took place. Stay tuned for more Unlearn to Learn. God bless y'all. Peace.